Welcome to another episode of SpicyTalesPodcast with Kim and Stacy.
Hello.
So we're back. So before I even start, I'm just gonna let everyone know the vibe.
Because I could already tell.
Before we came to record this, Stacy's boyfriend, who is, great guy, definitely gave me a bit of can of butter.
Can of butter. What did you have it with, or you just had?
I had it with a salad.
Oh.
Yeah. The kale of the salad actually kind of made the taste, not like I didn't taste anything. So yeah, it was pretty good.
So you're lit.
Yeah, so it's starting to hit a little bit, just starting to feel a little nice.
I can tell.
Definitely having difficulties keeping my eyes open. But I feel like we're going to ride this wave together. It's going to be nice. So my spicy tale is, first of all, is craziness because considering the ages that we were at that time, it was pretty messed up. And it just says something about, when you're younger in high school and you have a friend that's like hanging out with an older guy. Mm-hmm. And, you just think that guy is so cool and his friends are so cool and all this stuff. And,
and you get older.
But now that I look back, I'm like, bruh, y'all were predators. Yep. We were in high school.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm going to take you back, way back.
Way back. Back into time.
I think it was 2004, because I think I was 14. I was in 8th grade, and I had a friend...
Laura.
Oh, shit. I was not going to say her name, but okay. Her name is Laura. And I already know, first of all, before I continue, I already know Anthony is going to die when she hears this story because anyways. So we had a friend named Laura. Well, I had a friend named Laura that I had met at St. Pat's. Mm-hmm. And I thought she was a great friend. She was fun, I
thought she was so cool.
I mean, of course you did. You were younger than us. So you were just out here loving life, we brought you, I had to bring you everywhere. So... You should not have been there.
I should not have been there.
Anyways.
At all. And Shasha should definitely...
It wasn't Shasha, it was Tiff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Tiff.
All right, well, she's a year older than me.
Yeah.
But still.
Should not have been there.
13.
So, my mom, who, she already knows this story, thank God, so...
Yeah.
It's nothing that she's going to have a heart attack about, but it might boil her blood a little bit.
Yeah.
So, my mom was really against us sleeping out anywhere. When we were younger, she didn't like sleepovers.
She didn't trust anyone.
She didn't mind if people came to sleep over at our house, but we weren't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So the very few times that she would ever let us go anywhere, for this to have happened was shocking. But anyway, so...
And this is probably why she never let us go anywhere, because things like this.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Anyway, so my friend Laura tells us, oh, you guys should sleep over. My friend from church is moving to Jamaica, and they're having a going away party for her. And I'm like, okay, whatever. The words church were used, so already my mom's like, all right, it's sounding kind of okay, whatever. So she's like, okay, fine, you guys can go sleep over. And at the same time, our neighbor Tiff was supposed to sleep over at our house, and shockingly, her dad said, fine, you can go if the girls can go, you can go too. So the three of us pack our little bags. We're all excited. We go over to her house. We're getting ready with I don't even know what we're getting ready with because I was 14 years old and I was the biggest tomboy ever. And getting ready for this supposed party. Mm-hmm. So we're getting ready, whatever. And then we leave and she's like, oh, they're going to pick us up. And I'm like, who's gonna pick us up? Because I'm 12, so or I'm 14. Who do I know that drives? Right? Why would I know anyone who drives? And she's like, oh, the guy, my friend's brother's gonna pick us up. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, she said they're moving to Jamaica, so I'm thinking this is a Jamaican girl, Jamaicans, right? And tell me why?
Weren't they Arab?
Yes.
I can't. This is a personal attack. I swear. It's still Ramadan too, so happy Ramadan again.
Happy Ramadan. I'm sorry.
Actually, they could have been Christian, so.
Exactly. Anyways, So a car full of like 3 Arab guys pulls up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what the hell? And she's like, yeah, like they're going to drive us, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get in the car. And my sister's like sitting in the, like, it's like a, like, you know, I don't know, like it has an open trunk. So it's an SUV.
Yeah.
And so like my sister's sitting in the trunk with some old guy. I don't know how old this guy is. And we stop at the LCBO. So that means they're old enough to get alcohol.
Yep.
Laura. Where'd you meet him? But anyways. And then they get back in the car. They're like pouring drinks in the car, passing drinks. And me, I'm like, nah, nigga. Like, you ain't gonna.
But I'm drinking.
But this one in the back is just la la la, drinking drinks, like downing them. And I'm like, oh,
like a professional 12-year-old drinker.
I mean, you had experience. So let's just say anyone who knows our family knows that Stacy is the tafiate of our family. So that's just what it is.
So then
they drive us out to like Canada,
but at the time, like we live in Canada
now.
Well, I don't live in Canada anymore, but I was basically raised in Canada like the second half of my life.
But at this
time, I had never ever heard of Canada in my life.
Never seen it, never heard. We don't know her. We never seen her. Nothing. We don't know who she is.
Like it was the boonies for us.
It still is. But no, at this point we're living in the South, so we have no idea what the fuck Canada is. They bring us out to this like party in the middle of like nowhere.
This was like, a big house. Like, was this Morgan's Grant? Like, where was this?
I think Canada it was in Canada Lakes. Yeah, it was in Canada Lakes. And we pull up to like a bunch of like young adults, basically, partying. And my sister is drunk. Like she's she can't even stand. She's falling on the lawn. Like my other friend Tiff is like drunk kinda, but like she's got more sense than Stacy. Laura's in the house with the guy that she was in cahoots with clearly this whole time. And I'm just like, bro, like you need to get the fuck off my sister. This guy's like trying to like make out with her. I'm like pushing his face. Like I'm like, she's 12, you fucking weirdo. Like I'm like pushing his face off my sister. I'm like trying to like drag my sister. I run in the house, go to the room where Laura is. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. And I'm like, you need to bring us home now. Like, I'm 14 years old. Like, my sister's 12. She's 13. Like, she's drunk as fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna get someone to call the cops. Like, drive me home now.
I will shut this whole thing down.
No, literally.
And you don't want underage girls shutting a party
being the reason your party shut down. Let me tell you that much. Because I was gonna go to the neighbor's house, and first of all, the minute I saw we were in the boonies, I was like, hey, this is white people area. So white people don't want nothing. They don't want none of that shit. Not in their neighborhood.
No problems.
Not in their neighborhood. Okay? Not in their freaking lawn. Not today. Like, Kevin, call the cops. Because no.
Which is crazy because, like, the party was even outside.
Yeah, like, people were outside. People were all over the place. But I feel like it wasn't fully built up. Like, I remember that there was, like, gravel and stuff. Like, it looked like the neighborhood was, like, half built.
Newer.
Yeah, like, they were still in, like, the development.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, I feel like that's why they got away with it. But anyways, so I tell that fucking guy, I'm like, you better drive me home now because, like, we're kids. And so... we get in the car and he's like yelling at us and everyone's crying at this point.
All the girls are crying. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill all of us.
He's like, I'm gonna drive off the fucking bridge if you don't stop crying. Shut up.
Meanwhile,
Tiff is the only one with a cell phone. And tell me why she butt dials my mom.
And my mom is literally
listening to all of
this guy being like, I'm gonna kill everyone, and we're crying, and like literally a parent's worst nightmare.
So obviously my mom goes to Tiff's dad. They get together, they drive to Laura's house. Meanwhile, we're still in the car freaking out. We have no idea that this has happened. Like, we don't even know that she heard anything. We have no idea. We're too busy fighting for our lives. begging for life. Please don't kill us. My mom will be devastated.
My mom will kill us. Don't kill us.
No, literally, my mom's already gonna kill us. So could you please just give her the chance to do it? Like, let her do it. Finally, they drop us off where they picked us up, which is like across a Herongate, Herongate Mall. Yeah. So we walk across the street
into her neighborhood.
Oh, God.
As we're walking to her house, we see all of our parents outside.
All of our parents outside.
Waiting for us.
My mom is pissed. Like, she is. But shockingly, she wasn't mad at us.
No.
Because the girl's parents apparently had lied for their daughter. When our mom called the house and asked if we were there, she said we were sleeping. And my mom knew damn well we were not sleeping. I'm pretty sure I remember mom almost like I'm pretty sure I remember Dan like had to hold mom back because mom was gonna like kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
We got grounded that summer. We still went to camp though, didn't we?
We always go to camp. Mom's like, I'm not leaving these motherfuckers in the house. The fuck?
But weren't we grounded though?
No, we didn't get grounded. Tiff even slept at our house, and then we went to church the next day.
It was one of those situations where my mom, I guess she was just so thankful that we came back alive.
And like also, I think because we also had no idea that this was gonna happen. Like this isn't like we were planning this part to go to this party with her. Like we were under all other pretenses. That's what. So, like, we were as shocked as she was. And I think my mom could tell by how angry we were, like, when we were yelling in the car and stuff. Like, I think because I'm pretty sure at one point we were yelling at her.
Maybe she was just like, they've been through enough.
Yes.
We've all been through enough.
Yeah, literally.
I'm just happy to have my babies back. Safe and sound. Yeah, that was a crazy day.
Yeah, that was freaking wild.
Just for us to move to Canada, like, years later.
But also, like, it just shows how stupid we are when we're that young. Because to think that you would, as a 14-year-old girl, like a guy being that old, like that shouldn't even be enticing. I literally saw a thing when this, like, I think I sent it to you, and it's like me between the ages of 10 and 17 thinking being called jailbait is cool. Like, that's not cool. Like, that's not cool at all.
Yeah, you're right. But it's like, again, the resources, like some guy, he's older, he has a car, he has his own place. Like, that's a good look. That makes you look really good. So I understand why.
No, but what I don't understand is why, as that man with a car and your own place, why are you looking at 14-year-olds?
What kind of conversation are you having with a 14-year-old?
Yeah, like, that's just
like,
weird.
We're not that interesting.
We
don't have much going on.
At 14.
But, yeah.
You literally have nothing going on. You're in 8th grade. What do you have going on?
Crazy. Especially when you're in, like, junior high school. Like, when we would have a fit when, like, a 10th grader is dating a 9th grader.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so obviously as you get older, like, the age gap doesn't really matter anymore. But when you're underage and someone is overage, unless it's like a 17, 18, 17, 19, like one of those 2-year gaps kind of things. But
that's not terrible, but, like, bruh.
These guys were leaps and bounds older than us. Like they definitely saw us as, like, naive. They knew
that's scary.
Yeah, it was weird.
That's scary as fuck. Like,
yeah.
Yo, that should traumatize. Like, low key. Like, I'm like, shit. I'll
always remember, like, and then I think
crazy.
Of, like, how one day when I'm a parent and, like, just all the lies I told my mom, and my mom thinking I'm here, but I'm really
but to
there.
be fair, mom was unreasonable. Like, you can't talk to her.
It was a no.
Like, now she's better, but, like,
well, obviously we're older now, so who cares? But she also had girls. Like, when I would look at my guy friends versus my girlfriends, the rules were completely different.
It's so true.
Even when I was dating my ex-boyfriend and I was in my 20s, my mom was like, you can't sleep over. What are you talking about? Meanwhile, like, he had his girlfriend sleeping over all the time. They were a family of boys. They don't care.
Yeah.
They literally don't care.
Boys have it So great.
So much easier. It's
When I
so
lived
annoying.
at my grandma's and my cousin lived there too, like we're 6 months apart, and nobody questioned this man when he didn't come home.
And it's like
This guy would not
throughout
come back for
all
days.
cultures. Like, it doesn't matter if you're white or literally a Muslim, like the most conservative Muslim family. The guy is allowed to do so much
Whatever he
more
wants.
than the girl is. It's very annoying. But obviously, like, the woman could get, like, they're more at risk of, like, getting pregnant and
Getting
shit like that.
raped.
So I get it, but it's just hella annoying.
Well, also, like, if men would learn how to act, maybe we wouldn't have to be afraid to let our daughters out in the
Whatever,
world.
you gotta. And my mom's a single parent, so she was extra strict.
Oh, yeah.
Extra strict.
Yeah.
But my mom is a nurse, so she
Yeah.
would have 12-hour shifts. So even if you said I can't, guess who's working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.? Yeah,
yeah.
you're gone. It's too bad, so sad. I had a friend.
Oh my God, the
I had-
confidence, the way that you said that with so,
I could never
said
say
that
this
with your
even like
whole-
5 minutes.
Bro,
5
as
years
you were
ago.
saying it, like I started shaking. I was like, oh my God, is she gonna come
One of
through
my
the
friends-
doors? Like,
Her dad was nuts. I don't even know if it was her stepdad or if it was her biological dad, but I went to her place and there was a camera in the living room. Like, that's how much he didn't trust the kids. I'm like,
ooh.
this my friend Shane had a friend, and that friend was dating a girl, and her parents had a camera in the living room. Like,
I remember
no-
mom one time said she's like, maybe I should get a camera, and we're like, dismiss that
Like,
shit real
what
quick.
what
Like, get out of
strict
here.
parents don't understand, or they do understand, but they just don't think that it's happening to them, is like, the more strict you
Bro,
are,
I'll climb out the window if I have
more-
to. Like, what
the
the hell?
better I am at lying to
Yeah,
you.
the
Like,
sneakier we were. We're just sneakier about everything. we
I
did.
was so sneaky.
My mom's like, oh, I'll put a camera at the hallway to see when you get out of your room. I was like, you think I won't climb out a window to get out of this
Like,
house if I really
I don't know if
wanted
we
to?
said this
Like, stop
before, but
this.
my mom, for the majority, and even now, she lived in the basement.
Mhm.
And so there was a time where I had my first boyfriend over. And so I said bye to him and made my mom believe that he was leaving. But then all you do, and because my mom is a light sleeper, and obviously she's like hyper aware, she knows that my boyfriend was over. So what I did was when we got to the front door to say bye, when I walked back in, I had my boyfriend match my exact steps.
Oh my God, you're crazy.
To walk upstairs.
Oh no, you're nuts. You're
To
nuts.
sleep over. I only did that once because I couldn't even sleep.
Yeah, I
in peace
believe
because
that shit. I believe
I slept
that.
with, like, one eye open the whole night. I had
Oh
the
my
worst
God.
sleep because I was petrified, and my mom purposely, because she knew he was over the night before, she went upstairs that morning.
Yeah.
She would rarely do that. She went upstairs that morning to make sure that I was upstairs by myself.
Yep.
And I wasn't.
You're crazy, bro. That's wild. Yeah, that's.
But
I
that
mean,
was one time. And
I
could
did do it
never
one time,
again.
but it was not on purpose. But it was just like I had no choice because the guy that was over missed the last bus.
And
Well,
I
my
felt,
boyfriend at the time
I
missed his last bus.
I felt so bad for my boyfriend at the time because he would. The thing is, you could not miss the last bus in Canada, but miss the last bus in South Keys.
Yeah, that's true.
And even if you have a day pass, sometimes the bus driver would give him a day pass, but by the time he got to South Keys, it was the next
Yeah,
day.
it's
So
midnight.
there was no point of having the day pass anymore. I felt so bad for him, and he did that so much. And I was like, you know what? You're a real one.
Yeah, never. That's terrifying.
It really is.
Mom's terrifying. Like especially.
I
in
shout
those
out to
days.
all the boyfriends that have to deal with crazy parents, because like the daughters will be like, oh, like my dad's not that bad, or my mom's not that bad, and like
I
they
never
are.
underplayed how crazy mom was.
I
knew
kind of
damn well-
did.
Why?
Because I was just like,
First of all, anyone
she's not gonna catch me or whatever, and they're just
Oh,
like,
no,
"Yeah, but
not
I'm
me.
scared for my life.
the one time I made him sleep in the closet the entire night. Because I didn't know if mom was gonna come upstairs. I was like,
But
I
that's
don't,
the-
and
that's
I
the
didn't even
thing.
sleep. I was so paranoid I couldn't sleep. I sat up the whole night.
That's the thing. It's so annoying. And that time that I'm talking about, like, mom opened the door, and I told you about this. Like,
Yeah.
I set an alarm for maybe 10 minutes before she woke up.
Oh, that's way
Like, my
too
mom
close.
is also slick, and she came up a little early, and he was on his way to the closet, and she opened the door, and the way she opened the door was like, she opened it and she can see me, and I couldn't see him because the door was open, but when she closed the door and I looked, he was literally right behind the door. He wasn't even in the closet. Like, if she had just walked in and looked side to side.
Oh my God.
Till
The
this
way-
day,
the way I
that
would've
haunts me. Like, I actually think
No.
there's random times where I'm just like I think that I could go back in time and my mom actually found he'd have to jump out the window. I swear to God, he'd have to jump out the window.
Yo.
Because she
no.
would have killed both of us.
Yeah, she would have. Oh my God. Yeah, she would have.
It would have been a double homicide that day. For sure. Like,
Not a double homicide.
so scary.
But like, no facts. She would have killed.
So
you
now
both.
I'm thinking about my kids and like, you know what? I feel like not the next generation, because that's like at like our little brother's age, but a couple generations down, because of social media and things, I don't feel like they'll be interacting in person as much, or they'll have a lot of social anxiety.
Good. Keep your ass in the house.
But there are obviously other consequences,
fair.
like depression and shit, and like comparing yourself. Like, I'm so happy that I grew up majority of like my teenage years,
Off
all of my
social media.
teenage years without, like, there was
Social media.
Facebook, but it was the time where cameras didn't have, like, it wasn't with the quickness of like you have an Instagram, you take a picture and you upload it right there and there. No, you take a picture with a digital camera, you
put
go home and you connect it to the USB,
yeah.
and then you load that shit for like the next day.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as fast. Now it's like there's live streams, like the amount of shit that went down in school and stuff, like people that are in the 90s, born in the 90s and down, should be happy.
Oh no, I'm
that
grateful
social
every day.
media was not
Also,
there.
like I heard one of my friend's sisters was saying like that I guess it's like a lot harder when you're in high school.
It
with the
is.
social media, because like you can get bullied more.
Well, even comparing yourself,
like-
like, oh, like, why don't I look like Kylie Jenner? Like, she's fake.
Yeah, facts.
And everyone has filters. Everyone's living their best
fillers
lives, and it's like a highlight
Botox
reel. And every girl looks like she's 20 when she's 16. Like, when I was 16, I looked 12.
Yeah, same.
I didn't look shit. I look at myself now, and sometimes I look at a 20-year-old and I'm like, I look younger than you.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, it's true.
Probably has fillers and like, what are you doing? Why are your lips done? Why do you have a permanent duck face on?
I'm dying.
Like, I used to do that. I still do that shit.
I still do that shit sometimes.
Some
They're
people are
talking.
just
You're
permanently,
hating.
like-
I'm like, damn. Like she really coming for me right now. Jesus Christ.
Like, I actually feel bad. Like, the body dysmorphia,
It's true.
it's just bad. And like, the thing is, like, obviously we're seeing some of the effects now, but we're really going to see how this all affects us later on and how addictive it is. I'll be scrolling for so long, and the next thing you know, I'll look up and it's like hours that I've been scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is
Yeah.
insane. Like, don't let this social media control
Consume you.
because it will. That's literally how they built it, to be addictive. It's nuts. But still follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Like, obviously there are pros and cons. But like, you're just so much more susceptible to like the bad things when you're younger.
That was funny.
So I feel so bad. Like, I would compare myself to like the prettiest girl in school and be like, oh my God, like they're so pretty. But now they're comparing themselves to the prettiest girl in the world.
Yeah.
It's insane. I feel so bad.
Yeah, it's rough out here.
I blame Mark Zuckerberg. I blame Facebook has so many, like, well, they have Instagram and
Yeah,
Facebook.
I think it's funny because like doesn't Facebook have a bunch of like didn't they like leak a bunch of user data?
Well, that's what's important. It's all the data. Like, even TikTok, that's why they're so against TikTok, because
it's owned by the
China's
Chinese?
collecting data and especially of like the youth too. They're getting all this data.
Yeah, because
of the
people
youth.
now it's too easy to put yourself on social media.
And it's such a great platform. Like, you can go viral so easy. Like, the amount of eyes you get on TikTok is insane. That's why we're on there. Like, I never thought that I would be on TikTok, but like, you can be discovered way easier on a TikTok versus an Instagram or a YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
And you could put way more like fuckery. I feel like Instagram is cleaner. Like, it's a cleaner cut. Like, everything is
Really,
perfect on Instagram.
I feel like on
versus
TikTok you
it's
can't
more.
say as much stuff.
Well, they are like censoring a lot. Like YouTube censorship is high. Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, honestly, like the world is getting censored like crazy because it's too much.
It is too much.
Like the amount of
Getting out of hand.
input, like people are uploading shit. I don't even know what the numbers are of like uploads a minute. It's insane. Like we're nuts.
Yeah, that's
We're all
scary.
gonna explode. We're all gonna die.
Oh
like,
my god!
No, but I was listening to a
That
podcast
took
the other
such a
day.
dark turn.
No, but I was listening to a podcast the other day, Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz, and they were talking about climate change. And like one of the hosts was just talking about how like he doesn't care, like use the plastic straws, like no one cares about the turtles, blah blah blah. Because I mean, let's be real, no one likes these paper straws. They're
no
annoying
one
as hell.
does, but
And then and also how even the plastic that we recycle, a lot of it gets put in the garbage. Like they can't actually recycle that plastic.
mhm.
So so he was just like, whatever, just live your life, like do whatever you want. Obviously I'm against that, but then the other guy was just like, but the fact is, at the end of the day, who are we saving the earth from? We're saving the earth. We're trying to save the earth from us. Like we are the virus on the earth, and the earth is gonna wipe us out sooner or later. I don't know when this is gonna happen, but like we are the reason why the earth is going downhill. Like it's us. How are we gonna sustain this? How are we gonna keep these lights on? Look at Times Square. They got a little break during COVID because everything just died and everything stopped. But like when I went to New York, I was like, why does it look like it's daytime and it's midnight right now?
I know.
Like it's nuts. I'm surprised people even. You saw that there was Northern Lights in Ottawa. I didn't get to see.
I mean, I didn't get to
all
see
the
it,
like
but I did
pollution.
hear about.
But
A friend of mine said she was gonna drive. I don't know if she did. I forgot to ask her, but
I would have loved to see that. But like I'm downtown. There's no way I'm gonna see.
Oh no,
that shit.
definitely not downtown. Definitely not downtown.
Like I'd have to go like to Canada somewhere.
She was gonna drive to Kempville because she thought that like this area was too light polluted.
Like we're not. Like they're like, oh yeah, zero. We're gonna have a zero carbon footprint and
Yeah,
no,
that's
we're not.
that's not possible.
We're
It's
not doing
possible.
it. Like the amount of factories in China and no, it's just we're just going up. We're going up until that's why Elon Musk is trying to find life in Mars and shit. He's trying to get the fuck out. He knows we don't have that much time left.
It's counting down the days.
It's just craziness.
It is craziness. It's
I
actually
look
very
at like
scary.
the Amish people when I went to my boyfriend's hometown when we
There's
were
Amish
driving
people?
back. Yes, we were driving back and there was a horse
and buggy.
and buggy.
Oh shit!
And I was literally like, wow, like you guys really think that this is helping? I'm sorry. Like
They're not doing it,
and we're
they
not
think it's helping.
Well, I don't know what they probably think that it's like that's the way of life that we should be living, and it
could not.
but like once we get like an upgrade, like we can never go back.
Yeah, it's true.
And then we try once was it you or was it my boyfriend that was he had his we were in the movie theaters and his phone was at 3G. And he was just like, like, you know, when your phone is at 3G, like, it's like slow. And he was just like, like, what is this shit? Just years ago, 3G was the standard.
Yeah, it's true.
That was literally the standard. Now, if I don't see my
5G? I don't even think I have that. I think I have LTE.
Yeah, I have LTE. If I see anything else but LTE,
Don't kill me.
I'm fucking pissed. Like if I see
what is this
3, I'm like,
3G? Oh no.
the ghetto.
The ghetto. That's terrible.
But I do want an electric car. But then they even say like
anyways, with the weather that we've had sometimes, like I just don't trust having an electric car. Like what happens when the power goes out? And that happens way too often.
I feel like, well, it depends on the area, because in Canada maybe, but downtown my power like never goes out.
No, our power goes out all the time.
Yeah, I remember when I lived in Canada, and like anytime I would see a drop of rain, I was
Yeah, I was
charging
charging
all of my
everything.
all of my electronics because you
If
never
I see
know.
one lightning in the sky, it's over. Like I'm already like everything. It should have already been at 50% by then.
At least,
Like because if it's anything less, like it's over for you. Like welcome to the dark
remember
ages.
the blackout we had?
Yes, I remember the blackout we had. Yes, I do remember. We had to throw out so much food. I was pissed.
Or yeah. Then we had another We had a blackout back in the day when we were in camp, and
Oh
mom thought that
yeah.
grandma thought that mom didn't pay the bills.
Yeah. Yeah, the one time grandma comes to visit in the summer and the power goes out, roasting mom.
Or even the ice storms. Or
Yeah, the great ice storm of 98.
I don't really remember that though.
I do. You were 6. I
Yeah.
do. We didn't go to school.
And even this year has been a mild year.
Yeah, compared to the last winters.
We had like 4 days
Actually,
of
no,
minus 40.
we've just had a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Like every
Up
week
and down,
it's been a
up and
freaking
down,
snowstorm.
every week. Yeah, literally the other day I looked outside and it was very nice. Next thing you know, I'm like, why does it look like winter all of a sudden?
Yeah, it
what
was
happened?
snowing. I was like, what the fuck's happening here? And you know, I swear there's another snowstorm in there somewhere. There's one coming. I don't care. I refuse to get comfortable. I'm just waiting
and
for
we
it.
get comfortable so quick. Like
Yeah.
I'm ready for spring. I'm like, it's here, but it's not. It's only March.
We were walking. There was a bunch of people just walking in their jackets like this.
Yep.
I have a coat. I brought my coat because it's Canada. It's Ottawa. You never fucking know. But
never know.
like we could have walked in here. It's +6, and we'll walk out. It's -40. Like
Yep.
I don't know. So I brought a coat just to be on the safe side. But yeah, no, it's. I don't trust having I just don't trust having an electric car in our extreme weather nonsense that we experience on a regular basis. Even in the summer, like the heat waves. Like I'm sure that
the heat waves here are nuts.
Yeah, like the heat waves and then random power outages for no reason. Like what the hell?
Yeah. I don't trust any car here because the potholes here are out of control.
The potholes.
So yeah, I honestly, you know what? I feel like I've never seen the pothole issue this bad.
Yeah.
Especially since. Well, maybe it is because of the fluctuating weather, so much fluctuation.
You know what? Maybe it's because they keep putting fucking Oreo crumbs in the fucking holes. Like, that's not gonna do anything. Yeah. Like, fix the fucking road. Like, your Oreo crumbs that you're just crunching up in the fucking pothole. I know. It's not doing anything.
I've seen
like,
those.
It's fucking annoying. Like, it's everywhere. It's all over the road except the pothole. Like, what the fuck?
Jeez.
I hate these fucking roads.
I hate Ottawa. I love it though.
Quebec is even worse because they pay the highest taxes with their freaking nonsense
They're
roads.
always under construction.
Bro, it looks like they're undergoing. At least we
have like wider lanes and shit.
Yeah, in Quebec it looks like you're going through freaking war zones, like a Civil War fucking road.
Like if you don't have if you have like an expensive car, I feel bad for you. If you have a low car, I feel bad for you. If you have a stick car, I feel bad for you. Cause one time, one of my friends, he had a stick. What do you call those?
Manual.
Yeah, manual car.
Okay.
And
I was worried I was gonna get it wrong.
He was driving us to what's that club in Hall, but it's not Addiction or Volt. Anyways,
I don't remember.
He brought us to this club for like my 19th birthday.
Wait, it's not Addiction or the Vault?
Yeah. I don't remember what it's called. I've only been there like once. But he brought us there and there was a hill and it was snowing because it's March. And there was a hill and this guy could not get over this hill. And he was driving manual. And I'm like,
you could just let us off here.
Yeah, you can let us off here and you can deal with the rest.
Yeah, like, good luck. Maybe the weight of us out of the car will help. I don't know, but like, yeah, we're gonna walk.
The only reason why
did you actually stay in the car?
No, we stayed. We made it. Really I don't even know how we made it over that hill, but it was really bad. It was a struggle. But the only reason why I would want a manual car because I heard they're cheaper than
I heard that too.
Standard.
I'm pretty sure they are cheaper. I don't know anything about cars. I'm not gonna pretend like I do.
I don't want to buy a car ever again.
Ugh, I don't blame you, bro. I'm never buying another car.
But I love having a car. Like the
I don't want to.
convenience
I don't want to buy another car ever.
It's just
again.
nice not having any payments, and then it's just like the insurance payments.
I'm not gonna
and, like,
complain.
the
I only have
maintenance.
insurance, so I'm not.
But
complaining,
even the maintenance is annoying.
Yeah, the maintenance. Ugh, for fuck's sakes, yeah.
It's a lot. Everything
Yeah.
is expensive, and the world is coming.
I have
to an
crazy
end.
dry mouth.
Even if you're drinking water.
Oh yeah, like that's why I've been drinking.
Oh, okay. I'm literally trying to think of something else to talk about for the next 7 minutes. So here you go. Take it away, kiss. Oh, Kim.
Whoa, that's a lot of pressure.
Okay, I won't get you.
Whew.
But I was thinking that we should have like people write in, or even like look on Reddit and find like stories to comment on.
Oh yeah, those stories are.
Just give our
freaking crazy.
opinion on them, because I like judging people.
I'm fucking. She said,
and giving advice. I
don't know if I'm in
I-
a position to be giving people advice of any sort.
I gave my mom and my sister. My mom and my sister were beefing this weekend.
Ugh.
They had a little beef, and I literally did something that I never do.
Yeah, she answered her phone.
And I answered the phone. I talked to my mom to tell her my sister's side of the story. I talked to my sister and told my mom her side of the story. And then I convinced my sister to call my mom.
She did.
While I was on the phone to be the mediator. And then once they were good, I got off the phone, and then they called each other, I guess.
Yeah, I did call her. I
And
called
then
her back,
everything
yeah.
was good. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, look at my psych degree working.
I'm fucking finally putting it to use, say?
I was like, my boyfriend was like, wow, I'm so proud of you, Stacey. And I'm like,
I'm shocked you answered the phone for mom. Not me, because, I mean, it's me. But
I don't know if she called me or I called her.
if you called her, that's even more like, wow.
I think I called her.
Oh, wow. I'm shocked.
Yeah, like I was really trying to this weekend I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about their higher self and being a better person, and I really took that to heart.
Are you going to answer your dad's calls?
Sure.
One step at a time, I guess. One step at a time.
Sure, but I did think about that, and I was like, one day. It just seems like such a Mount Everest. I'm like, oh, God.
That's your Everest?
Yeah, that's my Everest.
Okay, you
for
gotta work
sure.
up to that one.
Is your dad not your Everest?
No.
What's your Everest?
Why mom and I got into an argument in the first place.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess. Well, mom is all okay.
No, not her. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
family.
yeah.
But it's still family related.
Yeah.
Yeah, family stuff is always like the worst.
it is.
Like
Because
that
like,
will cut you so deep
It's
and get
true.
you like they know how to
nothing
push
riles
your
you up
buttons.
more than your family.
The
like,
family. Like
oh
yeah,
my
your
God.
significant other, your friend, your work, whatever, but your family?
Yeah. Everything else is I'm very good at just like it doesn't really affect me because
Right.
I'm like whatever, like I'll deal with it when I deal with it
Right.
kind of thing. Like I could put that shit on the back burner and not think about it. It's fine. But like when it's like involves my family, it's like it almost feels like I can't do anything else. Like it's
'Cause
just
I don't know if it's like because we still think we're kids or
I don't know. Maybe because like I don't know. I think like especially because mom and I like I think mom and our relationships has been so much better. So for me, I'm just like we're reverting back to old ways.
yeah.
And like that like annoyed me because I'm like we've made so much progress. Like
It's always like
so
four
it's like
steps forward.
yeah. So
two
it's
steps
like
back.
exactly. So it's like it just kind of like I think that's why it was like more annoying is just because
And
of
it's
the fact-
hard like when you feel yourself reverting back, like it's hard to fight it and like push.
Oh my God, I know.
Because when you called me, I was just like this is typical. Like this happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's just another problem, but this is the same shit. And I was like,
But it was resolved better.
it was
'cause
resolved
way
very
better.
quick.
Yeah. And it was resolved way
And it was just weird talking to my mom as like an adult
yeah.
versus like her child, me seeing her.
I
as
feel
a
like
child.
before I feel like now she sees us more as adults. As
Yeah.
in before I don't think she could just separate the two. So it was
No.
like we would get into fights about things because she wanted us to do something that we didn't want to do.
And it's like, I'm right, you're wrong.
And it's
that's
like, okay,
it.
but I don't care if that's what, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. Like, and it was just like a power struggle almost.
Yeah.
Like,
Whereas now she's way more open to hearing you out.
Yeah.
And at the time, back in the day, there was no even understanding why. It's just because I
she said so. Yeah. Ugh, God.
Yeah.
Ugh, God.
All right.
Hated
Well,
that shit.
I know.
Hated that
I know,
shit.
I know.
Oh, it was
trust
the
me. I'm sure a
worst.
lot of people most people go through that.
My favorite, I'm not one of your little friends. Ugh, the best.
But now she wants to.
I know,
Wants to be
now-
a big friend
Now
to me.
I know. I'm like, I thought you said, like,
I'm gonna have to unlearn a lot of things for me to do this.
yeah,
But
like,
okay. I think
bruh.
that's what growing up is. It's unlearning a lot of things
True.
that you've learned.
Yeah, like to build up walls around your parents.
Yeah, and literally tell them nothing about your life.
Literally. They're like, who's calling? No one. Where are you going? Nowhere. Don't worry about it. Like, just-
Yeah.
Are you coming back home? Maybe. When will I see you again? Never. Like, what are you talking about?
Leave me alone.
Like, stop talking to me.
Yeah, no, we can't react like that because
Yeah.
then she'll react like a mom. you know?
Crazy.
All right. Well, this was a good episode.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Oh, I made it.
And we will see you guys next
I
time.
actually made it through.
You did.
Yeah, I did pretty good. Pretty proud.